Hello and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Last time we played Nordics as a little funny haha meme. Today we are playing the deck I've been kind of working towards for a little bit, tweaked a little bit, just because I wanted to test some things out today. It's actually a 21 card deck in comparison to the 20 card decks that we do play. But it is still pretty good. We are playing one copy of Fortune Lady Dark. This is something I've added recently just because it's a little bit of extra attack that I can summon off of Fortune Lady Column, which we'll get into, as well as it lets us recur some Fortune Lady monsters from our graveyard. Because once water is in the graveyard, we kind of don't have a way to get it back. So if we can use Dark to summon back out water, we get to another draw too. We're playing two Fortune Lady Lights. Fortune Lady Light is a good kind of a recovery option and kind of a sustain option. If we have Fortune Lady Light on field next to past and we need to increase past level, we can banish light, then summon something from the deck in order to do our plays. Doesn't happen as often as you might like. It is a good deck fitting option if we do need to, but it is a pretty alright play. We're playing one Fortune Lady Wind. Fortune Lady Wind is only played as a one of because it is not a card that comes up very often. When it is normal summoned, specifically normal summoned, you can control spell trap cards up equal to the number of face-up Fortune Lady monsters you control. Because of that, it is a normal summon. It does not come up very often, which is pretty unfortunate. We're playing three Fortune Lady Past, who is our tuner, or level adjusting tuner as well. You can banish any spellcasters from hand, field, or grave to increase or reduce the level of a monster equal to the number of monsters we banished. Very, very helpful for level augmentation. There's some fun plays you can do with that. Alongside Time Passage, one of the easiest ways if you don't have the abilities, like if you can't banish more than one, what you can do is you can Time Passage either Past or Water, and then you can banish a card if you banish a Fortune Lady in your graveyard that you've already used, or banish one in your hand that you plan on using in order to go into Fortune Lady Every, who we will talk about. Fortune Lady Water is a card you never, ever want to see in your hand. You always want to summon Fortune Lady Water off of Calling, which we play essentially 5 copies of, and you never ever want to have this in your opening hand. You do play 2 of because it is important. You do want to have it twice. When it is special summoned while you control another face-up Fortune Lady monster, you can draw 2 cards. Pretty good. We are playing 2 Forbidden Lances. Forbidden Lance is a nice card because our monsters' attack stats get pretty high. They also will reset themselves anyway and get higher if they survive a turn. So if you can lance yourself in order to make yourself immune to card effects, we can also use it to disrupt plays on our opponent's turn, like for that reason as well. If you make something immune to a card effect that is letting them be over, like they say you're playing against like Infernal Knights or Noble Knights, whatever, and they have a bunch of Quickflufs on them. If you hit them with a lance, they go down 800 plus they go down whatever else they have, and they're unaffected by their cards that can be destroyed, as well as some other plays you can do with it. We are playing 3 Fortune Lady Calling, which literally just says special summon a Fortune Lady from the deck. Smile. You cannot synchro summon. You can only synchro summon after that turn. We'll go into why we're playing Kochi in the side deck, or in the extra deck when we get there. We are playing 2 Vision, which is basically search Fortune Lady Calling, and nothing else. It being a continuous spell doesn't really do a ton. I don't see this come up a lot, but basically, if a card is banished on my turn, my cards cannot be destroyed by card effects. If a card is banished on my opponent's turn, I take no battle damage. It does not come up ever. It is literally just search Fortune Lady Calling. Occasionally you search Pass with it if you already have Calling in hand and you don't have a Pass. We are playing 1 Jamming Waves because I don't have another spell trap removal. I could switch this to Storm. Storm is being limited to 1 on the next ban list. We'll talk about the ban list in a sec here. But we're playing Jamming Waves just because it is another form of spell trap removal that I did have access to. Honestly, this should be like Galaxy Cyclone, not Galaxy Cyclone, Galaxy Vortex, whatever the pay 1,000 to banish this spell trap card is. We don't have any other spell trap removal outside of Wind and this. I don't have any. I have Storm, but I don't want to play Storm too much because it doesn't plus, which is kind of unfortunate. We're playing 2 enemy controller. Enemy controller is actually really good. Specifically because of that tribute effect, we can actually use it to dodge removal on every that would banish them, because every has a recursion effect in the graveyard. So enemy controller is very helpful for that as well. And then we're playing 2 Void Trap Holds. I think the deck list I took this off of used 2 Treacherous, but I like Void Trap Hole a lot. I think Void Trap Hole is very strong against every deck that isn't Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is kind of the biggest problem child. Hitting the right Blue Eyes card is super important. You basically have to force them into Azure Eyes. If you have 2, then it's really good because you can force them into Azure Eyes and then Void Trap Hole the Azure Eyes as well. So now onto the extra deck. We are playing a copy of Scrap Dragon because it's a level 8, and that is it. We're playing a copy of Star Eater because we can summon it, and you should play it because of that. Anyway, we're playing 2 copies of Fortune Lady Every. Fortune Lady Every is awesome. Well, once per turn during your standby phase, the card's level is increased by one. All the Fortune Ladies share this effect. It is how they get their attack. Then you can banish 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. That's very good. If during the opponent's end phase this card is in your graveyard, you can banish the spellcaster from your graveyard and summon Fortune Lady Every out. So Fortune Lady Every is permanent. As long as you have spellcasters in the graveyard, Fortune Lady Every will stick around. We are playing 1 HTS Psyhemoth because it is the best level 6 synchro I have. After damage calculation, when this card battles an opponent's monster, you can banish that monster, also banish this card. Pretty good out to some problem monsters. It's not really going to be too much of an issue, but hey. And then we have Kachikochi Dragon, who very rarely summon, but he might come up occasionally. If I have 2 waters in hand, I can do that. But that is the deck we are playing with today, and we are going to have a good time. And like I said, we will talk about the ban list. The ban list kind of got revealed to us. So let me pull that up in my second monitor. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links ban list 21 May 10th. We are getting a couple cards changed. We are getting Dragoonity Cenithus is coming off the list. Azure Eyes is being limited. Melody of Awakening Dragon is being limited. Storm is being limited. Dragoonity Knight Escalion is being semi-limited. Gaga Sisters being semi-limited. Star Seraph Sovereignty is being limited. Chair. Cybernetic Fusion support is being limited. Sanctified Dark Lord is being limited.
My turn. I set a card.
And then I believe
activate a continuous spell.
Yeah, Yellow Martin is being put to Emerald Bird are being put to limited.
I'll end my turn.
I don't know what that word is, but you can only play a combination of 3 of those cards, which really hurts.
I draw. From my hand,
Lunalight decks, but hey, it is what it is. We're actually going to be able to win this game here.
Now's my chance.
We're going to be able to pop this game into oblivion, and this actually saves them. They're going to live by a tiny bit. So we'll be able to summon Lady Past, activate Calling to summon water from the deck. Water will activate. We will activate the effect of Past. We will change her level and banish these 2. So Fortunately Dark obviously isn't going to do anything this game anymore. We will special summon out Fortunately Every. that summon, we will set this, and we will activate our skill, Time Passage, to buff every's attack up to 4k. If they did not pitch their card, they died. So that is the power of Fortune Ladies if you open well. This deck does brick on occasion. This deck does brick really, really bad on occasion. So yeah, those are the cards being hit.
I end my turn.
This
feels like
they're
bad news.
also hitting level aug, level reduction, and a bunch of other cards that just kind of really hurt. But it's not too much of an issue. We will be able to just hit here. They're going to be able to summon a card. They summon a card with over 2k attack. We just get to nuke it. Which, honestly, they're going to summon Marjoram probably, if I had to make a guess.
What shall I do?
Nope, they summon Rosemary. Rosemary will activate. We will switch our monster to defense. I should have used Calling to summon out a monster, but I didn't. Finally. This is the position that I wanted to have Dark for. So if I had Fortune Lady Dark, I'd be able to activate Calling to summon Fortune Lady out of the summon Dark out of the deck, and then be able to bring a card back when we destroy something. That's pretty much the only reason I want Dark in the deck at this point. This is ability with recursion. Yeah, but as I was saying, they're buffing and nerfing a bunch of skills. Not really too concerned about them for me.
I'll use my deck to predict your future.
But I am pretty happy with what we have here. This, yes, we will banish you to attack. We will summon out Fortune Lady Wind, activate the effect of Wind, being able to pop that one and this one. We'll use Calling here to summon out. Do this. I can get another Every on board. Yeah, we'll do this.
Take to the field, Fortune Lady.
Do that one. Activate the effect of Past. Change this one's level. We will banish these two from the grave to increase. Actually, we'll have to go into Psychic here. I fucked that up, but we can go into Psychic and I think it's the same effect. Because what we'll be able to do is attack there, after damage calculation, activate the effect of HP Sahim with banishing these two off the field, and then get into game with Fortunately Every. Very good. Easy clap. That's very, very good.
Your soul is
so yeah, so I'm kind of happy with that list. I've seen a lot of people very mad at the list because of them apparently not hitting the right Blue Eyes cards. I think hitting Azure Eyes and Melody is very strong. Also, they hit Storm, which I don't know why they did. I haven't seen Storm as a problem. I haven't seen Storm at all, really. So that might be a higher level reason. And I would love for them to give more of a reason other than we're getting rid of it because it clears people's way to win the game. Smile. But like Azure Eyes going to 1 and a Melody going to 1 means they can only play either Melody or Azure Eyes, which I think is pretty big for Blue Eyes. They won't be able to go into Azure Eyes anymore. They'll have to go into Mikkel. This hand is pretty dog.
I'll use my deck to predict
This
your
hand
future.
is pretty dog.
It's my
Let's set a Lance. We'll set a Pass as well. Probably should have set Water now that I'm thinking about it.
You can do.
I draw.
It's fine. It's fine. And then the semi-limits, I think, are pretty impactful for those decks because I'm pretty sure Scepter might already be hit.
I'm counting on you, buddy. I summon a monster in attack position.
I guess I remember reading something about
My
that.
monster's effect activates.
Having chair go be at 2 is really big for every deck that you Star Sovereignty. It was basically a free level rank 4 Xyz anytime you opened either stick or chair. It's really good. Escalion getting limited.
My turn.
I draw.
You gave me a ton.
Take to the field, Fortune Lady, pass.
We will flip. We're gonna do this really jankily. We're gonna be able to do our plays probably. We'll be able to do our plays probably. Let's summon water. Like this, which is unfortunate. We're gonna have to activate our skill to buff past, and then have to pitch
Fortune Lady past effect activates.
dark to lower past level by 1. Oh, I fucked it. Oh, I fucked it. I did it wrong order. Shit. Okay, how do I unfuck this? I wish we had a 9 that I could summon, but unfortunately we do not. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I fucked it. I fucked it.
Battle.
I should have set this as well. Damn it.
Fortune Lady Water attacks.
I should have set enemy controller.
I won't let
Karma
you do
cut.
that.
Who are you karma
I
cutting?
reveal my face down card. My trap activates.
No
I
smile.
flip over my face down card. I activate a quick play spell.
Very good.
Attack.
Alright, so
Turn.
It's my turn.
next turn, if we live, which we probably would have been able to do if I set enemy con, we'll be able to synchro.
I summon a monster.
However,
in
I think it's
attack
gonna be
position.
it's gonna come down to, do I draw calling or not? Which we do play 5 copies of essentially, like I said. We do play 2
My
vision, 3
monster
calling.
attacks.
I would play 3 visions, but
Not
we don't
over
get access
yet.
to 3 visions. We only get 2.
My turn's done.
I would summon. I would
my
use
deck to predict
use
your
vision to
future.
search it. So
It's
please
draw.
get another lights.
Fortune Lady
Okay.
past effect activates.
Put you to defense. We'll set Lance. We'll set Econ,
I set a card.
and move on.
I end my
Kind of in
turn.
a really terrible situation.
Entertain me.
Kind of in a really terrible
Here
spot.
I go.
Not
I
too
draw.
pleased. Not too pleased at all. And then the 3 limits
Here comes
really
one of my
hurt.
favorites.
They essentially
I
killed
summon a
Lunalite with that.
monster in attack
Yellow
position.
Martin and Emerald Bird were very, very important to those decks. So them going away completely really sucks. And I'm not too pleased that they did it like that. But, hey, what do I know? What do I know? So here's the plan.
From my hand, I activate a spell.
Cannot special summon. Predator target, this one. Okay, so we'll activate Econ. We will tribute
Over my
our
face down
monster
card.
to
I
steal
activate
the
a
update.
quick play spell.
And then what we'll be able to do. Okay, cool.
My
My
turn's
turn.
done.
We're in a horrible
I
position.
draw.
There's vision.
I activate
Okay.
Fortune Vision.
Yes. Let's add wind. Let's kind of gonna be kicking and screaming this match.
Fortune Lady win.
Activate our skill.
Time
Double our level.
to let's battle.
Go. We'll attack over this
Fortune
one.
Lady wind. Attack.
Oh boy. Here goes nothing. My monster's effect activates.
Ah, fuck. I didn't read. I didn't read.
Here comes one of my favorites. I special summon a monster.
Okay.
I
Oh,
end
yeah.
my turn.
It's my turn.
Entertain.
Oh, we're gonna lose to Valkyries. We're gonna lose to Valkyries, which I'm not too happy about. Not too pleased. I kind of fucked this game. I needed to activate my skill first, and I
Here
activated
comes one of
Pass
my
Effect
favorites.
earlier.
I tribute summon a monster.
And now that's gonna
My
cost me.
monster's effect activates.
It's gonna cost me big time.
Watch and learn. I'll use my face down
Oh,
card.
fuck you,
I
Brunhilde.
activate a quick play spell.
Loader.
Time to battle.
I'm
You're
gonna
going down.
probably, if I had
My
to.
monster attacks
If I'm doing
you
quick math and I'm
directly.
doing it correctly, I die here. I don't think I do though. Hey, we're gonna live at
over yet.
400.
Oh, you're going
So I
down.
saved myself by activating
Direct
Lance,
attack.
but I don't have any other plays. I'm dead. I can literally open
End my
nothing that'll
turn.
help me.
Your move.
I'm going to.
I don't
bury
think
you
there's
in
there's
the
any card in
netherworld.
my deck that wins me
It's
this
mine.
game.
I draw.
Calling is not it. Calling is not it. I don't want to surrender because I don't get
Keep on
rewards for
rolling.
surrendering, so I'm gonna
My turn.
just let them hit me. I do lose here, unfortunately.
Sweet. I draw.
But hey, we did do all right. This Fortune Ladies are very
I
good
go.
and very
I
strong,
summon a monster
but
in attack
they
position.
do kind of brick. They do kind
My
of brick hole
monster's
that a
effect
lot.
activates.
C'est la vie, my friends.
Let's battle.
Yeah, that'll be it. I think the ban list is
Direct
all right.
attack.
And I
monster's
am
effect
looking forward to it.
activates.
You'll probably have a couple videos before the ban list is up, and we won't notice it because Blue Eyes is inconsistent as fuck. So
You thought I'd change back to my
eat
old
shit, Blue
lame
Eyes.
self?
I may have.
all right, I think that is going to be today's episode of Duel Links. Though I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.